saying exactly what you're saying. And
Yeah, I mean, you're very consistent. You are a true artist, man. And that's gotta be admired. And I think that you do evolve in your craft. The thing is that I'm an artist myself, and I practice my craft and perfect my craft. But I also know that it's a dream to get paid for my craft, but I need to create other income streams before I actually focus on that aspect. You see what I'm saying? It's hard, man, because I work with artists, and even the ones like my man Jay Thomas, I used to present him at my gallery. He would go through two phases. He would go through an artist phase, and then he would go through a business phase. And when he went through the business phase, he was like so independable because he had to go off. He was worried about making money. When he was an artist phase, he goes with the flow, right? He was very talented. He had a good knack for starting conversation, all that kind of stuff. The point I'm trying to say is that we got to learn to balance these two different dynamics: the business, which is punctual, which is a process, which is left-brained, and the artistry, which is a totally different aspect of our brain. It's the right-brained. It's based off of inspiration. It's based off of a totally different process. So when we understand that this is part of human nature, that we are living in an unorganic society that we got to learn how to adapt and survive in, deal with that, so that we can then enable ourselves to be left brain thinking people, which we are in nature. See what I'm saying?
Nah, that makes sense, because when you're an artist, that's why so many starving artists out here, because they really never learn the business aspect. Because when you try to go into the business aspect, it takes a little bit away from your art when you're trying to sell. That's why, remember I was telling you, as a fitness trainer, I used to always like training the people, but I didn't like doing the gym memberships. And then I realized, damn, you make big time money when you're doing gym membership sales. And then I noticed that if you could do both, sell gym membership and sell training packages, which a lot of guys could do, well, the few in here, they was making bank. They wasn't doing no personal training. They was doing gym memberships, but they was also selling the personal training membership and then dispersing it among.
My business model also incorporates the personal trainer's business model, which is reoccurring fees. Like, remember I said, in this business model, you have 3 levels. You have the consultant, the client, and the customer. Now, the customer is paying the consultant, which is basically a personal trainer, $25 a month. That's level 1. But they're paying them to keep them accountable. Because if you don't have somebody, let's say if I say, Al, go set up Bittrex. I've been actually sending that link to you guys. It doesn't happen. But if you pay me to help you get that set up, it's gonna get set up within an hour.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. I've seen it with people. I've seen it with people, but
yeah.
They do. Yeah.
And when you pay me, now you know how you're gonna get paid. See, if you're not paying me, then how you know how you gonna get paid? If I'm telling you that I'm teaching you to do what I'm doing, you see what I'm saying? That I'm going to help you get your client just like you're paying me. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the key to growing any money, any tree, anything on the planet Earth organically, you have to put a seed in the ground. The seed in the ground is spirit, right? The sperm is your skull and your spine, right? And from that, everything else emerges. So the seed is life. If the person doesn't put the life into the darkness, into the unknown, they are not putting spirit in it. They don't have anything invested. They can't get any return out of it. So the reason why I say I gotta have you pay me is because of faith. It's an act of faith. It's an act of exchange. which then now it has to be reciprocated. If I don't provide you with goods and service, you're gonna feel scammed and you're not gonna do business with me again. Our relationship is on the line if I screw up. But also, you're gonna be compelled to go to Bittrex and figure it out, because you're gonna have to scan your ID and upload your ID. You're gonna have to verify your address. You're gonna have to do things just like you would be signing up for a bank account or a PayPal account. You see what I'm saying? And so it's the only way to make sure that a person has somebody to hold them accountable, to make sure that they complete the process to get to the next level. And everybody is.
I noticed that when people don't invest anything, they lax about things. Like I noticed that, like, it makes sense what you're saying, because I noticed that with personal training, if you just giving away stuff free, it don't hold any value. I noticed it doesn't.
Well, how can it be valuable if it's for free?
Right, but I'm saying, what I noticed is, you could give somebody something like, hey, listen, I'll give you a free introductory class, or I change the language. I'll give you a complimentary workout class, and if you like what you seen or whatever, and you want to go forward with it, and we can sit down and talk. And that's how I always conducted it, and I had no issues getting people. But I noticed other trainers who do a free session, then offer another free session. Do you know when it was time to finally tell people, hey, listen, I got some spots open? You know, people was like, nah, I'm okay, I'm alright.
Yeah, when it comes to paying. Well, it's the numbers game.
I told him this. I said, you know what? You should have just offered the one complimentary session.
Yes.
And I said, I've been telling you before.
Yes.
Listen, change the wording from free to complimentary. I said,
yes.
Because if people hear free, they don't think they're getting any value out of it.
Yes.
And they didn't understand that at first, and then they stopped doing the 3 or 4 comp sessions called.
Yes.
They only gave one, and then they started getting clients, and they started having what's that called? I forgot my wording. When somebody repeats again.
Repeat customers.
Again.
Repeat customers.
Yeah.
Retention.